Hi, I'm Kristin Noland, speculative and crime fiction editor. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Arise, my author friends. And I'm not talking about waking up, but I'm talking about the Arise method of writing scenes. Arise stands for action, relationship, information, suspense, and emotion. The Arise method says that you should include at least 3 of these in each scene. Could involve 2 characters chatting away in a cafe. That's action. Their dialogue or subtext should reveal something about the characters, especially emotion reactions, which is the emotion component, to what's going on around them and their relationship. Obviously, the relationship portion. Um, the relationship that the characters have with one another. A character could create a new problem the main character must solve, which is the suspense. And every scene should reveal some setting and facts, which is the information portion. So let's get into action first. Action can be a character or items physically moving, or it could be dialogue. It's best to start each scene with some type of action. Without action, there's no scene. It's probably just backstory. So watch for places where nothing or almost nothing happens to move the plot forward and change these scenes to actually further the plot. Relationships. Character interactions with other characters show their relationship to one another. Witty banter will show the readers the characters that have a friend relationship or that they had one in the past. Sarcasm may show tension between the characters. Body language, like furtive glances, angry stares, turning away from someone when delivering bad news, standing tall before a superior, all show relationship dynamics through subtext. Even internal thoughts can reveal more about the characters' relationships, especially when what's being said doesn't match their actual internal dialogue or feelings about the person that they're with. So information. Information can be given to the reader through dialogue, but it's also within the narrative. Setting descriptions and some facts about characters' backstories will be told to the reader, delivered as facts by the narrator. Whether your narrator is reliable or not, it's up to you, but they will still reveal information which dialogue and action cannot. Be careful when delivering information and mix it in with the action. Personally, I like to have action, then a sentence or 2 of information, then another action. When information is delivered in these small pieces, the reader won't be overwhelmed by a paragraph or 2 or even more of backstory. Instead, you'll be entertaining them and informing them back and forth. Done well, the reader won't even notice that's what you're doing. But revealing information poorly is much more noticeable because the reader will probably become bored, and we do not want that. So suspense. Suspense is created by conflict. It creates questions in the reader's mind, like how will the characters get out of a situation or a problem? When will they solve the problem? Why did a character put a roadblock in the main character's way? Why did the main character put a roadblock in their own way? All the suspense is some kind of conflict, whether it's internal or external. Emotions. Revealing emotions is often overlooked and sometimes delivered in a factual manner. Factual manner type delivery will not evoke the same level as of emotions in your reader that's showing it can. He was sad. Won't make the reader feel much, but his throat tightened will probably make the reader feel that tightening because of what surrounds this short sentence. That gives them the context for why his throat's tightening. But he was sad versus his throat tightened are 2 different ways to say the same thing. Excuse me. Characters usually show their emotions through their emotional responses instead of necessarily, yes, they were crying, but what did it feel like on the inside? What physically happened to them? Something is going to happen that triggers that emotion, which is their emotional response. But emotional responses are usually shown through physical responses. Now, back to the arise. Having 3 or more elements of the arise will make your scenes entertaining and your readers will keep turning the page. And that's what everyone wants, both you and your readers. Let's take a look at a short scene. Fire licked my kitchen windows. I dropped the water bucket, lifted the bottom of my skirt, and ran toward the house. Belle, I scanned the front yard and then glanced over my shoulder at the barn. She couldn't be in the barn. I was just there. Belle, The flames stretched out about and up the gray wood planks to the second floor. I damned the old farmhouse for being such a tinderbox, but I couldn't afford anything else. Isabel, where are you? My heart pounded in my chest, my legs already burned from the effort. Just a few more seconds and I'd reach the porch. I would definitely go in, wouldn't I? Mommy, I'm over here. Belle was dancing near the gnarled tree, swinging her rag doll by her side. I would have sworn she wasn't there a moment ago. Sweetheart, I grabbed her and squeezed her tight. I was worried about you, I said, lifting her onto my hip. As we ran toward the road, her cheek pressed to mine. I both thanked and cursed the heavens above. So there's a lot of subtext going on in here that lets us know certain things. But I'm going to go through and reread this and show you where these arise things are. Fire licked my kitchen windows. That's action, and also suspense as to where's she at? What's going to happen with this fire? Is someone going to get hurt or a dog or whatever? Those questions are already going through the reader's mind. I dropped the water bucket, lifted the bottom of my skirt, and ran toward the house. That's action. Belle, she says, which is action. I scanned the barren front yard and glanced over my shoulder at the barn. Action. She couldn't be in the barn. I was just there. Information. Belle. The flames stretched up the gray wooden planks to the second floor, which is action. I damned the old farmhouse for being such a tinderbox I couldn't afford anything else. Action and information. Isabel, where are you? My heart pounded in my chest. My legs burned from the effort, both action, information, and emotion. Just a few more seconds and I'd reach the porch. Information. I would definitely go in, wouldn't I? Relationship and suspense. Mommy, I'm over here. Is action. Excuse me. Belle was dancing near the gnarled tree, swinging her rag doll by her side. Action. I would have sworn she wasn't there a moment ago. Information. Sweetheart, I grabbed and squeezed her tight. Emotion. I was worried about you, I said, lifting her onto my hip. Action. As we ran toward the road, her cheek pressed to mine. I both thanked and cursed the heavens above. Action, emotion, and relationship. In this one, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but obviously the mother is struggling between maybe being free of her daughter or she's suspicious of her daughter for some reason. Maybe there's some backstory there that's going to be revealed later. But right now, we've got this portion of the scene that has all 5 elements of the arise method. And I hope that you could see that even in the video. So remember in your scenes that make sure there are 3 elements of arise in every scene that you have. Action, relationship, information, suspense, and emotion. I hope you've enjoyed this post. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Kristin Noland, speculative and crime fiction editor. Happy writing and revising.